Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review. 2 weeks after the first one, we have our second one. This time it's Destruction in Ryugoku, the second of two Destruction shows this year. Sometimes they do two, sometimes they do one. So we got the second Destruction show. It aired last Sunday. We're reviewing it this week. And with me once again, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling, anything in between. He reviewed Ahsoka. Go check out that video. I'll have the link to that in the description as well. So go check that out. But before we get into our review, make sure you drop a like on this video, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps me out. Doesn't mean much to you, but it means a lot to me. So I appreciate that. So with that out of the way, guys, Destruction in Ryugoku. A lot of matches. Only one pre-show match.
Can we just get subscriptions? He nailed that intro. He's been practicing in front of him here.
I have been.
Can we just drop a like just for that?
Yeah. I've been a little stagnant at like the 315 mark. Let's try to climb that number before the year's over.
We're gonna climb.
We're gonna climb the ladder and grab that Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be a cheesesteak, but
yeah, cheesesteak on a pole match.
Cheesesteak. Well, hey, it's gonna be a Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
Yeah, with RoboCop on the side.
Yeah, exactly. This guy nailed it.
Yeah. Destruction Ryugoku, the second of two Destruction shows this year. This one aired a couple weeks later. It was a long card, a lot of matches, and like I said, only one pre-show match. Usually there's multiple pre-shows, and this one only had the one. Yeah,
which is fine.
So
I'm not going to complain.
Neither am I. Originally, it was supposed to be this is basically All Japan and a few other DDT stars.
I freaking like this.
I did too. It was Katori, Takahiro Katori, who we haven't seen in a while. We've Masada, who is the DDT champion, I believe.
He's the Iron Man, Iron Heavyweight, which is like a 24/7 belt.
Yes, and if he loses that belt, he's fired from the company.
Matt, so this match was so much fun. Like anyone who didn't get to see this, like you missed out. This is what a pre-show match should be.
We've had Yo substitute by Oscar Lube.
Well, we know why, but
yes, Yo plays a factor later in the show. But Yo was taken out of this match and he was replaced by Oscar Lube. And I did not realize how tall Oscar Lube is compared to the rest of the crew.
I didn't know that either. He's 6'8", I think they said.
He's huge.
So he's almost as tall as Hikuleo.
Yeah. Why aren't they pushing him? He's a little scrawnier than Hikuleo.
I mean, they definitely like him a lot more than they like who's the guy that we wanted to get pushed, but he never gets pushed? The other big white guy?
Oleg
Bolton.
Yeah. Yeah, but Oscar Lube is good, and this match was so much fun. It was nice to see like people we don't normally see, people from like DDT and All Japan and stuff like that.
Well, first you see on the Chaos team, which I guess we'll call them that.
Yeah, Yoshihashi Toriano.
Yoshihashi is carrying both belts because apparently Goto's injured. So like, I know this sounds really bad, but I'm hoping they just vacate. I know they're gonna lose soon anyways, but like I'd rather not waste the time. Just vacate the titles.
Yeah, just
make it whoever wins tag league gets the titles.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, because if Goto's hurt and like they keep putting the belts on Bishamon because everybody else is getting hurt or they're leaving the company, but you're putting Goto and Yoshihashi, who are not as young as they used to be anymore, through a lot, and that's a lot to carry. They need to put it on a younger team because which we'll see later on the show, they're not afraid to change belts, this company.
You know what? I think I know what's going to happen.
What do you think?
It's really going to be an old team. It's going to be Guerrillas of Destiny. They're going to have them Cinderella story the belts because they haven't wrestled together since he came back. They haven't wrestled together.
No, they haven't, except in multi-man matches.
So if they do it, they'll put them in that tournament, and they'll be who I think that's what's going to happen. Whoever wins,
I'll take that. I wouldn't mind that.
It's not bad. It's
something fresh. It's something different. You know what I mean?
And hey, maybe they'll be on a list when you guys check out our top 10 all-time tag teams
of the last 5 years.
Last 5 years.
Yeah, but as you know, the hometown boys go over, your hometown favorites go over, which we knew was going to happen. Masada did not get the pin, but I really liked after the match was both Toriano and Taguchi tried to do a quick roll up on Masada to get the
Didn't even Yoshihashi try to roll him up on one
at the beginning before the match started? Yes.
But at the end was just so much fun too. And then Taguchi put the guy's rabbit in his pants and then like threw it to him. Oh my god, it was so good. So this was like definition of fun. This is what I want at a pre-show match.
Yeah, that was I think that was Katori. Katori was the one we watched in that Junior All Stars with the same thing with the rabbit.
I believe everyone here was DDT. I think guy is All Japan.
I think Kengo is All Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you said,
it was planned to be like a showcase of DDT guys, and then I think they needed to fill somebody in, so they got
this
the guy
was also because Abema now is like really airing everything, right?
They own everything. They own DDT, Joshi Pro, New Japan, like airing TV rights.
And they have the TV rights to New Japan as well, and All Japan and Noah and all that.
Yeah, DDT. DDT's other company, I can't remember what it's called. Gangnam
Style?
Gagnare or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, Abema has the rights to all of it. Abema's the streaming service for Noah. Like it Universe, Wrestle Universe?
Wrestle Universe. So they have everything now. That's why big changes, they said, comes October. This Monday, I think. This Monday is they get a full revamp on the channel. And listen, I'll tell you right now, the Wrestle Universe is the best streaming app I've probably ever used. It's so easy, it's so functional, and I really hope they do that to New Japan, which is like the slowest website I've ever used. We might get an app now.
Oh, I'd like that,
because I use the Wrestle Universe all the time to watch stuff because it's so easy.
So maybe we might get a New Japan World app.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, because this way I could push it right to the TV. That would be fantastic. Instead of trying to find alternate sources to watch.
It would make it good because now you can watch the pay-per-views anywhere rather than me having to be on my computer to watch the pay-per-views, right? And it's like, I don't mind sitting there, but it's like I want to watch on a big TV when I'm watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like when I watch some of the stuff. Like, for example, I watch the New Japan stuff on New Japan World, but I have to go to the website on my iPad to watch it.
Right. So, and I feel like that might help us out too, because like now we can have like how we did for like WWE, where everyone goes and watches it at someone's house, because now we can just push it to an actual TV.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good idea. And who knows, maybe WWE might be thrown in the mix.
Wrestle Kingdom Party?
Maybe. It airs early enough in the day. We're gonna get together at 3:00 in the morning.
We meet up in the afternoon. That's like your afternoon, right? On a Saturday.
Yeah, started at like 1:00.
Yeah,
this way, because by then it'll already be over.
Exactly. So then it will stream perfect, nice and smooth, no
but
issues.
It's also enough time that we won't be on social media to get spoilers.
That's true. I've been really good for that lately, though. I've been not checking anything.
But if you want to know spoilers of stuff that's coming, check out later in the week for this week's state. But with that, we're going to go into our main card proper. Our first match of the night was just 5 guys with their debuting new member, which we'll get to eventually, against the House of Torture, Takahashi, Sho, and the newly appointed Kanemaru. And oh my God, Chris Carlton was on point with the jokes today.
Yeah, they both were really funny.
Yeah, they were talking about, do not sign up for his travel agency service, Dick to go, and like don't check out Dick Flicks.
Oh yeah, that one was good. I forgot about that. Holy God. Yeah, listen.
They were good.
I'm pretty sure I was more excited for what is about to just happen right now than I was when Edge came out at WrestleDream.
Because we called this.
You called this.
Yes, I did.
Word for word. This was your exact prediction.
We get the return of Yuya Uemura to New Japan. He's the newest member of Just 5 Guys.
Heat Storm.
Not Heat.
They got to work on the names. They're not so good.
They're not so good, but
his trunks look cool.
Yes, he is back from excursion. He is now a fully fledged member, and he's already put into a high profile feud. So this is good for him.
And we just being in Just 5 Guys already makes you up there. If you're working with Taka, they trust you.
Yeah. Especially Taka, Taichi, Sonata, your world champion. You're working with your world champion.
It's you could see their booking is getting a little bit more clear in terms of like the way they're pushing people, right? Because like Chaos has Rocky, 5 Guys has Taka, the Bullet Club has Gato, God has Jado.
Jado, yeah.
So it's like their main bookers are in charge of these things, and if you happen to fall in with one of the main bookers, you're
set.
You're set, right?
You know,
Shooter has red
Yuya's
shoes,
gonna get pushed to the moon with this.
Oh, I hope so, because he's fantastic.
And he was a squandered talent in as much as
I'm starting to think he wasn't that much that he was squandered. It's more that they didn't want to be so reliant on him because they were going to lose him, and they knew that.
Because as soon as they put him in that high profile, can I get a Joya?
As soon as he got popular, he hit that peak, boom. The New Japan was like, "You're coming back.
You're coming back." Yeah. Joya,
he's very good in this match.
He is. He was one of the high spots in this.
He's one of the high spots of the
show.
Of at the end. What are they? Because it's a lumberjack match, right?
Yeah.
But so he's in it.
Like you said, I popped huge. Like when I saw this, I was watching it at home, and I'm like, yes, I called it. I knew that was going to happen. And you see me, I'm like watching, headphones on, just like watching my computer screen. And they're like, the hell's going on with this guy? Like, what's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah, because you watch it at work.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, it's Yuya. They're like, okay, who cares?
I watch it in the morning right before I left. See, you guys might not know this either. When we do these, we try not to talk to each other about them at all.
Yes.
So
like, we stayed away.
I want to message him. I'm like, fuck, I can't talk to anybody about this.
Yeah, we don't like legit unless it's something like we both know about that we both called. We try to not contact each other with wrestling stuff basically while we're watching live shows. We'll usually message, did you finish this? Yes. Okay, can we talk about this? But yeah, but like you said, I popped bigger than when I saw Edge show up on
I'll be honest, I don't care about Edge. I think everyone knows by now I don't, but I just thought the way he came into it was pretty cool. He got a good I felt it,
Yeah.
But like this was I
felt this more.
Yeah, in like as a personal
the reveal was fantastic. And what makes it even bigger is Yuya gets the pin in this match. They don't give a returning guy from Excursion this much.
And
clout, I guess.
They also made the match made show look really good as well.
Yes.
There's their show is about to get a push.
Yeah. Show because what did he just won something, didn't he? KOPW, yeah. Hey, can we get a Yuya show feud for that?
Yeah, I'll take it. Well, I'm not going to be upset about that.
Yeah. Now, would you put Yuya in the junior, or would you move Yuya right to like the Never Open or the United States?
I don't know, because the junior division, which we'll talk about when we get there today, is very
they made a huge
strange place.
Yeah, but there was a huge reveal later in this too.
Yeah, but still, they're in a really odd place.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should wait till we get there.
Just one thing about it is going into this show, Takahashi has been the champ for almost a year, since Wrestle Kingdom last year.
Yeah, it wasn't on the top 10.
But we'll go. It's a huge win for Yuya. Great return for Yuya. To think that I saw this guy 2 months ago at the CNE parking lot wrestle a match against a guy named Reverso.
Was Reverso any good?
He was actually really good.
Yeah, it's like, in Wayne's World when he's like, who's up next? Crucial Todd and the Shitty Beatles. They any good? No, so it's not just a clever name.
No, but Reversal was actually not bad. It was actually a fun match. Like, and I got to see Bhupinder Gujar too. So it's like it was a good afternoon. But yeah, like it's so amazing. Like I literally was like this far away from Yuya watching him wrestle, and now he's like on the biggest stage with the New Japan World Champion. Like, it's crazy.
He it's funny because maybe you just don't notice it within the American wrestling scene, but like he's jacked. Like when you saw him with everybody else there, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. He is. No, like when I saw him like live, like he's pretty tall, like, and he's pretty muscular too, which you don't see. Whereas Sonata's not, he's cut, but he's not huge.
Yeah, Sonata's slim.
Yeah. But we'll go on to our next match. Random Bullet Club versus God match. It's Tongaloa versus Chase Owens. This is Tongaloa's first singles match since returning.
I'll be honest, I don't give a shit about this.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But it wasn't that bad of a match.
No. It's like you said, I think this is what it's leading to. Tongaloa picks up the win here.
Yeah,
we knew Chase was not going to win.
They're building up something here, and we're going to continue to see that. Jado is booking a beast.
Yeah.
And I think there's plans.
Yeah. And he won by submission too,
this makes me think that they're not leaving New Japan.
No, I don't think so. Not with what happened on NXT a few weeks ago or this last week, which once again, tune into the state for that. But Tongaloa goes over, defeats Chase Owens. It was an okay match. It's like one of your opening matches, so it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, it's one of those matches that comes up in the G1, and you're like, it's this one, and then you're like, okay, yeah, that was actually all right.
That was fun, yeah. With that, we're going into our third match of the main card. You have LIJ, Shingo Takagi, Yota Tsuji, Bushi, and Tetsuya Naito. Facing off against United Empire members of Great Khan, Jeff Cobb, Hinare, and the newly appointed Callum Newman. Callum Newman. He's their replacement, isn't he? Like for kind of losing, but not really losing Aussie Open.
I think he's more the replacement for them thinking that they were gonna have the guy on War Dogs, what was his name?
Drilla Maloney.
And I think this is that replacement. This is just a clout move, right? They have a young British guy that they don't know what to do with yet, so they're like, okay, put him in the white guy group.
The white guy group. That's not Bullet Club.
Yeah. So
he's British.
I think that's the play. Honestly, I think that's what it is. Because the Aussie Open is still part of that group.
Yeah, except they're not part of New Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, the AEW has a few guys like that, right? You have Bullet Club Gold, and you have Bullet Club in Impact as well.
Yeah, it's like different splinter factions.
Yeah, so it's fine. I'm okay with that.
But once again, like Tetsuya Naito with his little grocery bag
that's my favorite thing.
He just walks around with this empty little grocery bag.
And Shingo took so much time, he was so careful hanging it over the ring.
Yes, he's like putting it nicely on.
I mean, it's hard to not. I get excited.
I like the grocery bag better than the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, so do I. But it's like you got Jeff Cobb, you got Hinare, you got Great Khan, Naito. Shingo. It's hard to not be excited. I didn't want to watch this match even, but it's like when those wrestlers are in it, you kind of be like,
then you have a couple young guys in Yota Tsuji and Hinare and Callum Newman.
Yeah. Yota is
he was a beast in this match. He stole the show, I think, in this match.
I think at the end of the day, this was one of those matches we expect that we normally don't like, but it ended up being fine. It wasn't good. It was okay, I'm not upset. Usually I would skip these matches.
Yeah.
I'd skip to the main event section of
I'd watch it in 2x speed so I can.
Yeah. I most of the time I'll just fast forward to when they do the intermission and it comes back with the final 4 matches or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ones we don't review.
Yeah, the ones. Yeah. But LIJ goes over, which is right. We know there's the feud between I know Naito and Cobb are feuding. We're probably going to get a Great Khan versus Yota Tsuji feud coming out of this. So now you have 2 different groups in play. You got Naito still kind of feuding with just 5 guys and Sonata, and you have now this other feud with United Empire and.
Yeah, I think it's to change it up because I think they're trying to push just 5 guys fully into the feud with
House of Torture. Yeah. And I've noticed they're trying to push Jeff Cobb and Great Khan a lot more because we're seeing less and less of Will Ospreay in New Japan.
Yeah, he's only coming around for the big stuff.
Yeah.
He's too popular worldwide, and everyone wants him to wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And technically he's an independent contractor, right? Who's still allowed to wrestle for other.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, LIJ goes over as they should. Tetsuya Naito, like I said, this was a showcase, I think, more for Yota Tsuji. Like, he's had a string of like great matches, but it's never like he's had the Sonata match, he's had the Osprey match, but he's never really been able, like, he's been in a lot of high profile matches and he's never really gotten the win. And I think this is finally him starting to build that momentum back up. I think, like you said, they're going to add another belt, and I think they're bringing back the Intercontinental Championship belt.
I mean, yeah, it's to me, the singles divisions are very bloated. It's their tag divisions are super weak in Japan right now. That's their big issue, right? That's why the immediate thing they did with Bullet Club was make them have 2 tag teams right away. So it's you had something to push. But yeah, they have so many singles wrestlers and not enough recognition to go around, because it's like you can't really push a lot of these guys for the world title. Yeah. And you don't really want to take the US title off Will Ospreay.
No, that's your moneymaker right there. And right now, the United States, not the United States, the Never Openweight Championship is kind of in that Finley feud there. So, like, it's part of that Bullet Club feud. So it's like they got all the gold.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
And it's you need a stepping stone to go from the open weight. Oh, excuse me. To go from the open weight to the world title, because I don't see the US title anymore as that. The US title is something different. That's like you win the US title and you go wrestle in other companies, like how the international title is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's more of an international title that tours as opposed to something that's in the company, which during the pandemic it was a little harder to do, but now it's a lot easier. And Will Ospreay is your perfect carrier for that, because he's an independent contractor.
Do it before as well, so
so it's the perfect carrier for that. With that, we're gonna go. Speaking of Drilla Maloney, we're going into our next match. Bullet Club War Dogs of Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors against the Intergalactic Jet Setters, Kevin Knight and Kushida.
I think we both thought.
Yeah, we were both wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. What are they doing with this guy?
Apparently, Kevin Knight is New Japan.
Yeah, he's not part of the LA Dojo anymore.
Like, I thought he was on Impact.
No, he's on Impact, like the way Kushida is. They're just on loan kind of thing.
Yeah, because he's they were talking about how he's probably the best product that they've had
from the US
in the LA Dojo that came out of LA Dojo.
Yeah, because who else do you have? The DKC.
You have a few people that you wouldn't even think of, but there are. I mean, Kevin Knight's really good.
He is. And I feel if they have won the belts once, but I feel if they don't put something on Kevin Knight soon, I could see Kevin Knight being a superstar in NXT.
Yeah, he's kind of the guy they want, because he doesn't really have an identity. So you can easily just make him whatever you want. Like, he's not someone who's going to come in with like this indie identity that's like, I'm not changing, you know, like he's the kind of guy you make him into whatever you want.
Yeah, because right now he's kind of flying on the coattails of Kushida. He's like his
whole identity is that he's like Junior Kushida.
Yeah. But like we said, the War Dogs go over. I really like Maloney and Connors as champion. They're really good as champions.
Yeah, they're both really good. We always liked Connors. Why are you yawning? It's not even late.
No, it's not. It's like
what's
9 o'clock.
going on? But
this is the first of many videos.
We both really liked
Connors.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long night. We both really liked Connors, and that Maloney really stood out in the G1 tournament. Yep. Was it G1 or was it Juniors?
No, it was the best of the Super Juniors.
Best of the Super Juniors. And so like, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, and like we said, this puts something on Connors that he needed.
Yeah, because he was not going to win the junior belt. Like,
no. But at least this is something now. Like, he's found his niche, I guess. And him and Maloney, they'd probably never be singles champions, but they're greatest tag champions.
I want back what were they called, Taguchi and him?
Oh,
Wild something.
I forgot what they're called. Yeah, but yeah, they had the
I missed that. That was good.
Wild Hips.
Wild Hips. Was a really good tag team.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a good spot for Clark. I like it. It's just I feel bad for Kevin Knight. Kushida doesn't need more accolades. He's fine where he is. So the loss is not going to hurt him. It's Kevin Knight. Like, if they're not careful with Kevin Knight, they may lose him.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's signed for.
But usually young guys like that, they don't sign for long unless you know what I mean?
In New Japan, I realize if you're not Japanese, you're probably not there for the long run. You're probably just there for now until one of the big companies picks you up in the States.
Unless you're someone like Will Ospreay or a Kenny Omega.
But you never know. Will Ospreay could end up leaving. There's a lot of rumors that AEW is going to sign him.
Really? Interesting. But if they sign him, their roster's already bloated. Where are they going to put him?
It's funny that
I don't like him with the Callis family.
It's like a lot of people say that the New Japan or that the WWE roster is bloated, but when I look at it, it's so top heavy and there's nothing else.
There's no mid cards.
There's literally no mid cards. It's all main people and then like scrubs.
Gunter's your only mid carder.
And I find that odd. AEW is like all mid carders and no upper card because the upper card guys that they do have, they don't use in those upper card matches.
Yeah.
Like look who MJF is fighting. He's not fighting anybody like
no, he's single-handedly defending the ROH tag team champions.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's not he fought Danielson in the first match, but like where's his match against Claudio or John Moxley or like where are these matches?
I don't think MJF has had a singles match, like a one-on-one singles match since Forbidden Door.
Which we knew that was a blow off of nothing. That was a nothing blow off.
It was a nothing blow off, yeah. And which we knew he wasn't going to lose. But yeah, is it in his contract maybe that he doesn't have to defend that often? He says it. Maybe it's a shoot. But they have to get him on the card, so they gave him the tag team championships, and here you go. You know what I mean?
Listen, I get it. I understand the popularity thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not even the most popular wrestler in AEW. Why isn't Kenny the champion?
Kenny doesn't want it. Kenny doesn't need it.
I would rather, because he's busy putting people over.
Yeah, he's busy putting Takeshita over.
I will make Takeshita the champion. I would love that. Heel Takeshita, like they're red hot.
Heel Takeshita, give Takeshita something like the Pure Championship or the ROH even.
He could have had the freaking international belt. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You could have sent him right back to Japan to wrestle a bunch of Japanese guys in high profile matches.
Yeah. Can you imagine like a Takeshita versus a Marufuji?
I don't want him to get injured now. Let's take it easy, okay? Marufuji's like a beast. But yeah, like him against Jake Lee for the international title. Him against Sonata for the international. Him against Yota Tsuji. Ninja Mac. Okay, okay, we're way off topic though.
Off topic. I digress, right? So with that, the Bullet Club War Dogs go over once again. And like I said, Kevin Knight, like I feel for this guy. Like I feel bad for him. I mean, not really because he's in a high profile feud, but still the fact that this guy has never, why doesn't he beat Eddie Kingston for the strong open weight?
Just somebody
beat Eddie Kingston, please.
Yeah. I can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in the
state. With that, we're going to go into our next match. Master Wato, Yuji Nagata, and Shota Umino against Strong Style, Ren Narita, Minoru Suzuki, and El Desperado. To see what Nagata and Suzuki in a ring together.
I hate how much I like this match. I absolutely hate, I despise myself. Like I looked in the mirror and I was like, you're a bitch.
Because I know you're not a fan of Wato.
I'm not a fan of dumb, pointless three-way matches in the middle of a card that mean nothing.
Yeah.
But like so much good stuff happened in this match. There was so much no selling and like I'm a monster and Nagata's too good for an old man. And then the handshakes at the end. I'm not crying. You're crying.
But this was the final match of a best of 7 series, which going into this match, Strong Style was leading 3-2 with 1 draw. So even if Strong Style lost, they'd still be tied.
And now they're like, well, we got to go one more match.
Well, that's the whole point. They are going to go one more match because our boy Yuji Nagata, Master Wato, and Shota Umino. At least Shota Umino got the pin because he's been kind of floundering since returning.
But you know what? Yo, it was like, this was good. This is
yeah.
They don't know what to. Okay, so yes, I'll give them they gave Ren Narita the trios belt at that one point, but they don't know what to do now with Narita and Shooter because they're both not in contention for any belts.
No, and same thing with Wato. Wato won the best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, and we didn't think it was the right choice, but in amazing fashion he did. His matches were good, and then he had a great match at Wrestle Kingdom and didn't get the belt.
No, it wasn't Wrestle Kingdom. It was
sorry, not Wrestle Kingdom.
Was it Dontaku?
Dontaku.
Yeah.
And then anyway, I digress. But I think what you bring back the Intercontinental belt, built-in feud right there. Ren Narita, Shooter, and Yoda, the three of them for like have a whole year of just those three fighting each other for the belt.
Throw the occasional Yuya, throw in the occasional who else can we throw in there?
I think what they're gonna do with Yuya, now that we're talking about it, because of how weak the division is, I think they're gonna make a tag team with him. Maybe who else do they have?
Taichi.
Oh, Yuya and Taichi would be a good tag team.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, have them win World Tag League.
Yeah, I'll take that because Taichi was a really good World Tag Team champion. Him and Zack Sabre Jr. were an amazing tag team.
Yeah. And that'll be good for Yuya too, to be paired with a veteran.
Oh, I like that. And then you know what? Get Yuya into a feud with Ichiban Sweet Boy.
Oh yes,
I'll take that. Would be nice.
Yeah.
Are they in different divisions though? Is Sweet Boy in juniors?
Regardless, even if they're in a tag, doesn't matter.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Make it happen.
Fujita, Koze Fujita.
There you go. I just call him Ichiban Sweet Boy.
And him and Bad Dude Tito. Or Robbie Eagles.
No, him and Robbie Eagles. Yeah. Now we're talking.
But yeah, I mean, Wato goes over, so now the series is tied. But let's talk about the ending of this match because it was absolutely hilarious with the handshakes and the slapping. And it's like,
and Nagata gave an extra slap by accident. And I was like, oh shit.
I thought Suzuki was gonna destroy him when I saw that.
Well, he gave him a hefty slap afterwards.
Yes. And even Kevin Kelly said, well, there's the receipt.
And he's like, Suzuki's saying, I owe you one. And then, there's the receipt.
There's the receipt. But yeah, even Master Wato trying to shake, what's his name's hand? Was it Ren Narita or El Desperado? And El Desperado's like, kind of like, no, get away from me. Like,
yeah.
And he gives him the one finger.
I would like personally to see a tag, but it's hard because you can't move them out of the junior division because Desperado is like one of the biggest guys in juniors, right?
Yeah.
But like maybe you put Ren Narita, you find a way to make Ren Narita and Shooter into a tag team. A begrudging tag team that don't like each other WWE style, because we know WWE, that's their favorite thing to do.
Or
Japan doesn't really do that.
Or like an MJF and Adam Cole.
Yeah, right. Well, they don't in Japanese wrestling. That doesn't happen often. They're usually you're built into a tag team and you stay there almost for like the rest of your career.
Because Shooter is kind of like the Tanahashi Naito type of character, and Narita's more like a Shibata type of character, the very serious, straight laced. And that type of comedy pairing, not comedy pairing, but like that type of pairing would work because last year at Forbidden Door, when Shibata made his return, he's just standing in the ring and Orange Cassidy puts like the sunglasses on him and he's just like standing there stone faced. It works. And I could see like, Narita and Umino, like, he tries to put the leather jacket on him and Umino's or Narita's just like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll take it, man. I'm okay with that. I think they would make an excellent tag team.
Yeah. So we are going to get an 8th match to determine a winner.
Yay.
I
didn't think I would be happy, but
for a random 6-man.
Yo, Yuji Nagata is like it's not okay that he's still as good as he is. Like Suzuki can't move. Nagata was running, like full on running.
And he's a lot heftier too.
Yeah, and he's a lot more out of shape looking.
Yeah. The thing is, This is what I don't understand, because Chaos and Tanahashi are your trios tag champions. Wouldn't this have made more sense to have a best of 7 series for the belts?
Yeah, but I think they're just trying to make it. They're trying to give Okada a belt, and they're trying to raise the profile of those belts. Because the match that we did get was a lot more high profile than this match.
Yes, we did. Before we get into that, though, we're going to go into our next match. We are getting Bullet Club War Dogs, Alex Coughlin and Gabe Kidd against the Gorillas of Destiny members, Hikuleo, and I guess ELP now is officially a member.
Yeah, he is officially a member, and I really like that. I think it's good. This is like a much stronger faction now, I think. And
it puts ELP in a little bit. I know he was in Bullet Club, but it puts him in that little bit higher profile now.
And now we've crafted another tag team, which is important because their tag division is super weak. If you can see the trend of this show, it has been tag teams.
It has been very much so.
And this is like another. Sorry, go.
Yeah, what I was going to say is this is that point now where ELP is, like you said, getting put into that high profile. It's also kind of building up to that feud with David Finlay, because he was kicked out of Bullet Club by David Finlay unofficially.
Yeah, and I don't know. First of all, okay, well, actually, okay, fuck it. They win the titles.
Yes, Hikuleo and ELP, which is good. This is
and
ELP's...
I didn't know that. I had no idea that ELP had won those titles twice before.
What, the strong tags?
It wasn't the strong, was it?
No, he's won the junior, I think, tags.
He won the junior tag. Sorry, yes. Okay, so I got it confused for a second. But yeah, I didn't. I thought he had no belts. I was under the impression he had never won a belt.
Yeah, so was I.
But, anyways,
yeah, he's won these. He's won the junior tag with Taiji Ishimori.
Yeah,
3 times actually.
3 times. Well, Ishimori's a push.
Yeah,
like if you're with him, you're getting a push.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's after the handshakes and the Yuya thing and the fun first match, like begrudgingly me not expecting this like free pay-per-view to like be as good as it should be. Like,
it was delivering.
It's
on
so
all fronts.
Feel good. It's like the most feel good like pay-per-view we've had, especially because Tonga got the win too, and then after this win now, and it's like they're giving us what we want.
What's happening, like all the retribution is coming back.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
I'm so happy ELP won.
Yeah, it puts a little shine on ELP, and being now the never open tag champion, he can do stuff in the US with that now. He can show up on Impact. He can show up on AEW. Ooh, bye.
Don't worry, I was trying to fix the
focus.
The focus.
Yeah, but I mean, this gives him so much more, and it's a better position for ELP to be in right now.
Yeah,
I think this is also in a way for them to like, hey, ELP, we want you to stay with this company. The fans love him. The fans absolutely adore ELP.
Did you notice they crafted his song to be the GOD song? instead of ELP, it says GOD.
Yeah. But it was good, and it's a good, like, he went from one high profile group to another whole high profile group as well. So it's like a lateral move, but he's transitioned from the bad guy to the good guy. You know what I mean?
He's in good hands. Is basically they're trying to make him feel safe with the company.
Yeah, it's basically you got trained under Gato, now you're getting trained under Jado. Like, it's like, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 of the greats right there.
Right, so
I'm definitely going to be on the top 5 best tag or top 10 best tag teams of the last 5 years. Jado and Jado.
But yeah, like we said, Gorillas of Destiny go over. ELP gets some gold around his belt, and like you said, it was a feel good moment for ELP. The crowd is like super behind him, and it works better for Hikuleo too, because now you're paired up with a guy who the crowd is super behind. It's going to give you that little extra rub and that little extra.
It was a pretty solid match.
It was a very good match, very well wrestled match.
It was pretty good in storyline too, because they made you feel like, oh, ELP and thing are going to win, but then they took it away from you, and it felt like, oh, there's no way they're going to cheat, they're not going to win, and then they ended up winning, and I was like, holy crap, that just happened.
Now, some of the moves I was watching, I wrote this down. Does ELP kind of remind you of a young Chris Jericho? The way he moves in the ring?
Young, no, because he's not that young, but yes. I agree.
Prime Chris Jericho, not prime Chris Jericho, but pre-prime Chris Jericho.
Like
we're talking like right at the end of WCW. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Like the move set, the athleticism.
He's a little bit more athletic, I would say.
The charisma.
He has a lot of good rope work.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So with that, we're gonna go into our next match. It is the Motor City Machine Guns with Josh Alexander challenging for the never open 6-man tag team championship against Chaos of Okada, Ishii, and Tanahashi.
I'll tell you right now, this was match of the night.
Yes, absolutely it was. Anytime you have Josh Alexander and the Motor City Machine Guns, and even despite the fact that Tanahashi was in this match.
Tanahashi was really good.
Don't get me wrong. I love Tanahashi. Tanahashi is a legend, but I do feel he's lost a step.
But in this match, they worked with him so well.
I think Ishii it's everybody else. Yeah.
Was fantastic in this.
But I mean, Ishii's been impressing us the last little while. That match he had at Forbidden Door.
Somehow he's got to be in the same age as Tanahashi. And
I think Ishii's a little bit older.
He has not lost a step.
No. Ishii's 47.
And Tanahashi's like 48, I think.
No, Tanahashi's my age.
So 100.
He's 46. He's
like,
46. Yes, guys, I'm an old man. For those who didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm actually older than Putty.
Don't work. I mean, Ishii walks like he doesn't have knees either.
Yeah, and he also has no neck. He does.
He's never had a neck.
Yeah.
But he used to have hair.
Yes, as we saw in that photo.
But
I'll see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll put it up here.
Yeah, good looking dude.
Yeah, we got graphics now, guys.
Yeah.
Look over here.
The Nintendo 64 graphics. But yeah, this was a surprisingly really good match. Okada played nice.
Yeah. He actually felt like he wanted to be part of this match.
Josh Anderson. Josh Alexander felt very dominant.
Yes.
When in the ring, there was a period where he was just dropping all kinds of suplexes, and I was like, "Holy shit, they're going to win the match."
Yeah. Whereas I was comparing ELP to Jericho, Josh Alexander impact Kurt Angle.
Yeah. The Machine Guns were the best part of this match.
Yes. Just their teamwork, they're
so good.
Their chemistry.
They're still trying to give us that breakup storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have won the titles here.
Even just for a couple weeks.
Tell the breakup storyline, have them have a rematch where the breakup causes them to lose. Maybe Alex Shelley just walks away.
Yeah.
And then they lose. And then it causes in Impact storyline Josh Alexander and
Alex Shelley.
No, Josh Alexander and not Alex Shelley.
Chris Sabin
turn on Alex Shelley and they become a tag team now.
Yeah.
You could tell a storyline, or they're just a team against Alex Shelley.
Yeah.
Because he walked away from them and left them there. Because Alex Shelley's turning heel on Impact, right?
He's like the I don't need you guys. I've done this all on my own.
And I think that would have threw a little bit more shine on their careers too. And it would have helped out Alexander a lot.
Yeah, I think so. A little notch on the Wikipedia, as you like to call it.
And it would let them have a big high profile win. They could defend the belts a couple times here and there randomly, and then have that rematch at another big pay-per-view.
At the Lone Star Shootout in November.
There you go.
I think that would have worked perfectly. But alas, was not meant to be. Chaos and Tanahashi retain in great fashion, mind you. It was a good match. Like you said, we're not fans of these big multi-team matches, and
arguably the best trios match of the year. I know we talked about that just recently, saying that we saw maybe the best trios match
with the House of Black.
Yeah, and then we also said it again with the Kenny Omega one.
Yeah,
with Chris Jericho and
Kota Ibushi.
But
against Callis.
It's like this was like really good.
And to be fair, even the trios match of on Fastlane last week too, of Ray and
that was a good one too.
Right? Against Lashley
and what's his face. But I think this year we're gonna have a trios category.
I think so. I think
for, like,
this
best
is
trios match, best trio. I don't know if we did best trio last
no,
year.
we didn't do best trios last year.
I know we definitely didn't do trios match.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll take a look at the records.
look at the records.
Yeah. If anything, I'm a record keeper.
We're gonna have to do a spreadsheet. It's the only way we remember anything when we have spreadsheets.
Yes. Google Sheets, baby. So with that, going back to what we were saying about retribution and redemption stories, we have David Finlay defending the Never Open Championship against former champion, the man who he beat in dramatic fashion, Tama Tonga.
And like, I was not expecting this match, number one, to be as good as it was, and number two, to tell the story that it told, and number three, to finish the way that it finished.
I was not expecting the finish.
Not at all.
I was not expecting. Yes.
I was like, there's no way that just happened.
Yeah. And it was fantastic, though. And it was a really great match, too. David Finlay is really starting to come into his own. The win came when what's his name? When Tama Tonga actually pinned Finlay. Like, we actually got that retribution. We got that modicum of retribution. Once again, that feel-good moment. We're putting, basically, the belts are transitioning from Bullet Club to GOD. Most of the belts, at least.
Well, we're telling a story, too, with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I think they probably have a good shot at the tag titles.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Especially because their legacy in New Japan is big. They're 7-time tag champions.
Yeah. Are they one of the most decorated tag champions?
I would say so. Yeah, I think they have the most reigns. I'm pretty sure they do. I think they also have the longest single.
More than
reign.
the Good Brothers?
Check it. This is where I'll talk to you guys while he checks. So, I mean, GOD has been a big tag team. We're Gorillas of Destiny, for those who don't know. They've been massive for a long time. They were like the big bangers of New Japan. That was the main tag team of Bullet Club.
Yeah, so they are he's 7-time with his brother, IWGP Tag Team Champion, and he is a 4-time 6-man Never Open Champion.
With who? Who was the
twice with Tonga Loa and Taiji Ishimori.
See, that to me, that's like all signs point to yes.
Yes.
It's like shaking that magic 8-ball.
And now let's go, as I'm looking up, the reigns of IWGP Tag Team Champions. The title history.
I think had he not been injured for so long,
they do have the list. They are the longest reigning.
See, I don't make these things
like
up.
Not longest reigning, but they've won the most championships.
7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
they've had the second highest amount of defense. Tenzan and Chono, yes.
Yeah. See,
Kojima and Tenzan
I know some
also
things.
But Tenzan is a 11-time champion.
Individually,
yeah. 5 times with Chono and 6 times with Kojima. Satoshi Kojima.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had that tag team for a long time.
Tenkozi.
Yeah.
They are the 3rd longest reigning tag team champions combined reign at 755 days. Just shy of 200 more days. 200 more days, they will surpass Tenkozi at 929, and 400 and 300 days they can surpass all of them.
So who has the longest?
The longest reign is Tenzan and Chono.
Yeah. Okay, so I think
at 1,000 days.
You give them the titles, they win 8. They cement themselves at number 1.
Keep it for a year.
Keep it for a year. Let them pass number 2. They don't need to pass number 1. But I think that tells a story because they like to tell you stats a lot in New Japan, right? So like, I think that this is a no-brainer. And I think had Tonga Loa not got injured, they would have been the Bishamon. It wouldn't have been Bishamon doing this. It would have been probably them getting the titles, especially because they're face now.
Yes, absolutely. But like you said, Tama Tonga wins back. Even if he doesn't hold it for long, it's at least a feel-good story.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It was unexpected.
This was, and that's what I love about title changes when you're not expecting them. I completely expected Finlay to retain.
I think that's the best part of wrestling, is when you have feel-good moments and unexpected moments.
Yeah. Like even when Hikuleo and ELP, I was not expecting them to win.
No, not 0%.
But it was good. Like a feel-good moment in Yuya returning to New Japan.
Yeah.
Like this was
The
a real
handshakes,
this got you,
Tonga
as the
winning.
kids would say, this got you in the feels.
Yeah, it touched me on my field.
Exactly. In the field, behind the bleachers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the gym teacher I had one. I mean,
what?
Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. So Tamatonga goes over. Feel good moment. This was a pretty long match. This was one of the longer matches on the show. This was 20 minutes. And Finlay can go. Finlay can go. Do you think Finlay's ready for that next level?
He's gonna win the US title.
I think he'll be beating, yeah. And this way he can tour Bullet Club around. Bring it to the US, show up in AEW, show up.
We already know what's going to happen. Unless they're going to just get us with that unexpected swerve, but Naito's going to win, and he's going to go into a feud with Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay's going to win the title.
Will Ospreay will probably win next year's G1.
Yeah.
That's the always a bridesmaid, never a bride kind of analogy. That's going to be Will Ospreay next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been a while since we've had a Gaijin G1 winner.
Yeah, Kenny. There's only one. It's Kenny Omega.
Yeah. And I think Ospreay can be on that level. Like,
he's ready for it. He beat Kenny Omega.
Yes, he has. And this tells a story right there.
Let's finish the story.
Finish the story. Not like Cody Rhodes.
New Japan currently has like 3 storylines that are finish the story-esque.
And with that, we're going to go into our co-main event for the night. It was a 3-way match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. We had Hiromu Takahashi, Mike Bailey, and replacing a sick with a stomach flu, Lio Rush, we have his tag team partner, Yo.
Yo, hey, yo, hey, yo.
Yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, Leo.
What's going to happen?
As soon as I found out that Lio Rush was not in this match, I knew right away that Takahashi was retaining. Because this is where I
liked it though, because
it wasn't. Don't get me wrong.
Comedy in this match was done very well.
Yes.
There was a lot of just like keep throwing Takahashi
out of the ring. I like when he's like at the beginning of the match when Takahashi exits, he goes, "I'm the champion. I get to take a rest. You guys."
And then they both jumped over the ropes onto him.
Yeah, but it was good. It's like both of us take out Takahashi, which gives each of us a better chance of winning this.
Just make Robbie Eagles the champion.
If he's ever on TV.
Yeah, well, you got to put him on TV.
Yeah. But I mean, this was a fantastic match. Like I said, if Lio Rush were in this match, I think they would have pulled the trigger on a title change. But maybe not because of what happened after the match.
Tell him.
We get, earlier than expected, a returning Taiji Ishimori.
Do you think?
He's taking his belt back.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's taking his belt back. It's the belt he never lost, right? Remember, it was the 4-way match at Wrestle Kingdom that Takahashi won the belt and he didn't pin Ishimori. He pinned Wato, didn't he?
He's too good. It's not okay. Like, I don't know what you do now. The division needs a second title. The junior division needs a second title.
Yeah, they need the junior heavyweight.
Yeah, they need a junior intercontinental belt. There's so many wrestlers. Desperado has never had a belt, I don't think.
But Desperado at this point, he doesn't need one. He's a legend.
But he's so cute. Just give him a belt.
Just give him a belt. He's like the Jake the Snake of New Japan. Great wrestler who's never won a belt.
Yeah, he's way better than Jake the Snake, but he doesn't have
a snake. Mind you, that clip I sent you of Jake Roberts versus Shawn Michaels from like 1984.
Yeah, he could have a match with anyone.
Yeah. But Jake, unfortunately, never won a championship. But Desperado, I guess, like I said, I don't think at this point of his career, if you give Desperado a belt, it feels just like here you go, you finally get a belt kind of thing.
Yeah, but I want that.
But Desperado's held the trios belt.
Yeah, he's never held belts too, I think.
Yeah, but he's never held a singles belt.
No, and he also never won. Actually, I think he might have won one Best of the Super Juniors.
I think he has won one, yeah.
Bushi has nothing. Go look at Bushi. Bushi has
actually
never won
no. He's a two-time junior heavyweight champ.
Okay, two-time. I'm thinking of Bushi that never won the
he's a four-time tag champ with Kanemaru.
Yeah. Kanemaru's tag team career is like lauded. That's one of the best tag team careers, but he wasn't with anyone during that span of the 5 years, really.
But but this was still a good match. Ishimori makes a return. Is the match going to be set for Wrestle Kingdom, or you think they'll do? I think it's too early. It's Wrestle Kingdom, isn't it?
I think it's going to be a 3-way with Lio Rush.
And once again, Ishimori loses without losing.
Maybe that continues to tell that story.
Because I'd like a Lio Rush versus Ishimori feud.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see with that. So with that, we're going to go into our main event. It is Sonata defending the New Japan IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Evil in a lumberjack match. A little bit of a different style of lumberjack match. The only people on the outside of the ring were members of the team.
Yeah, this match was fun as hell, man. They all beat the shit out of each other.
Even the beginning where Red Shoes takes the belt away from Evil and gives it back to Sonata. He's like, "No, this is yours."
Yuya looked great in this.
Yes,
he was just beating the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, you could see in Impact he was holding a little bit back.
Oh, we forgot about a guy. This group has Dick Togo when we're talking about like bookers. So it's like, there's a lot going on here.
You had Keiji Muto at ringside commentating. And I love the little jabs of Kevin Kelly. Let's see how he's going to involve himself in this match and become the champion. It's like,
he's like, "What? Wrestle Kingdom? It's going to be a 3-way match."
But it was really good. It was really fun. It was everything I expected. Even the part where Red Shoes, like when there was all that outside shenanigans and Evil's gonna get the pin on Sonata, Red Shoes just like flips him off. He's like,
I'm not counting this.
I'm not counting this. Evil's like the look of shock on Evil's face, and it's like, this is the best House of Torture has looked in a long time.
I'm so upset that Naito didn't come out.
Well, it wasn't until he did come out at the end.
Yeah, but not to like save him. I want there to be
something,
some kind of storyline where the two people who left LIJ get interjected by Naito, and it becomes like a 3-way thing between Evil, and then we have a 3-way gang war between them, kind of like, but like in a better way than WWE. Because I think that tells a way deeper story, because there's so many more layers there. Sonata
because
is the replacement. Oh no, Shingo's the replacement for Evil.
Yes.
And it's like, I feel like then you have Yota Tsuji, who's the replacement for Sonata. And it's like, and then you have Yuya, who's the replacement
for
Kanemaru. And there's just like this whole like storyline to go around. And I think it's like a really good storyline you can tell.
Yeah. There's so many feuds you can get from this. And
you need to get Titan there.
Yes, somehow you have to involve Titan. But it's also the fact that like there's enough combinations that this won't get stale.
That's what I mean, right? You know how it will get stale, because New Japan will use a lot of it to
8-man tags.
Yeah, they'll use it to pad early matches on cards.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. But once again, even there's 1.2 where Evil just took the belt again and tried to walk away. And Yuya just like jumped him in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, that was good, actually. You know what? It's fun. This is fun.
Yeah.
We hate House of Torture, and this is like, I'm enjoying this so much right now.
Now, Evil, he was another one whose name was being bandied about to join his wife in WWE.
But I think, like I told you, that we talked about this, that I saw it coming, and I don't think either one of us thought I was going to be right. But they were planning a push for House of Torture, and they were going to add members, and it happened. And now I think that this is a play to keep him there.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want, more factions.
But it's done in the right way.
Yeah.
You got twist changes. You got all this
people
weird
leaving,
stuff.
people joining, new people coming from excursion.
And it's a long-term story too, right? Because it goes all the way back to when Shingo came in.
Yeah. But Sonata retains. He is still your champion. After the match, I even put down this was Evil's best match that I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah, actually, he had a few good ones in the G1.
Yeah,
but this was good.
But and I got to mention the fact too that tribute to Muda with that shining wizard that he hit at the end. And the camera angle that they had it at just looked like spectacular.
And he came out after and gave a little handshake.
Gave the little handshake. Tried to challenge for the belt. No,
of course he did.
But Sonata retains. He's doing his little speech in the ring. And who comes out with his little grocery bag? He's like, I'm going shopping for the belt.
His little burlap sack.
It's official. We are getting Naito versus Sonata at Wrestle Kingdom.
I know, but this is my thing, right? Like, we're booking a match like 4 months in advance. Like, so you're telling me now, guaranteed, there's never going to be another person who's going to get a shot at the title?
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, their next shows, we got Royal Quest coming up, which Sonata's not a part of.
Yeah.
Which happened this past Saturday. We have the Fighting Spirit later this month. And then we have Lone Star Shootout in November. And then the month of December, they usually take off because they don't want to do anything before Wrestle Kingdom.
Wait, did we have Tag League?
Yes, we have Tag League. That's right.
Okay, that's why. I forgot. That's going to take up a lot of time. So that they don't do anything when they're doing the league matches. No. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's usually, that's the end of November, early December, I think. Yeah. So Sonata wins. Naito challenges. This was a fantastic show. This was on the level of, which is funny because I found Wrestle Dream to be lackluster, but still gave it a good review. It was still a great show. Whereas I enjoyed this show, but I kind of kept it in the same ballpark. What'd you score this show?
8.
I gave it a 7-9.
I think maybe match work wise, you're not going to look at this and see where my 8 is justified, though the matches are good.
Right.
It's the storylines that they furthered here, which
the feel good moments,
knowing what's happening, but like just the quality of that, exactly what you said, feel good moments, and the way that the matches just flowed into each other. It never got boring. This pay-per-view was okay, minus out 5
hours.
If 5 hours. Minus out the intermission to stuff, right? But it's the runtime was 5 hours and like 19 minutes.
Yep. And didn't feel like it.
It didn't feel like it at all. I really did. And this to me was like Wrestle Dream, right? Except I just think Wrestle Dream, the in-ring work was on another level compared to this.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think an 8 this is a great pay-per-view to watch.
Yes.
You will not be disappointed watching
beginning to end. Every feel like if you haven't watched the show and you're watching the review, what are you doing? Go watch the show.
Yeah, this is worth it. This is totally worth your time. Even if you know what happens, this is worth it. I might go back and rewatch some of the matches. So just
to see like Yuya come out is worth it alone.
Yeah, I think so too. And I love Ryugoku.
Yes, it's a great arena.
Yeah, love it has a great feeling of vibe, and it was full.
Yeah, completely packed. The crowd was like, we've witnessed New Japan go from a quiet crowd to like a crazy, like wild, not crazy wild, but like
the Noah fans are a lot wilder. I think
a more energetic crowd, if that's the right word.
Big time.
Like just the amount of cheering, like they were cheering Sonata, and as soon as Naito came out, they stopped immediately, and it's the Naito.
And you know what? We're getting back to the way it used to be, where it's like you look into the crowd, and there's people with merch for the most random people. Yeah, like people you're like, who I would know. I wonder who buys merch for this guy.
Kanemaru merch.
Yeah, there's like, and a lot of it too. Did you see how many people had Kanemaru flags? It's like there's like. I like that. That's the kind of wrestling I like, where it's like everybody's
the fans
popular.
have their favorites and they put their support behind their favorites, and they show and they pay respect to like I would have put Kanemaru as a legend, but he's a well-respected member
in the junior weight division. He's pretty up there.
Yeah. I mean,
especially because he did it in Noah and All Japan.
Yeah. And even in New Japan, he's won
the
a couple
tag titles, right? Like he has a lot. We just talked about how many he has.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, good show. Go out of your way to watch it. Tune in next week. Hopefully they air Royal Quest, and we'll have the review for that.
Yeah, hopefully we get to watch it.
Yeah. If not, if we don't, next week's a week off, and we'll come back strong with Bound for Glory. Because that looks like to be a stacked card.
Or we'll make some tier lists.
Yeah. Maybe a tier list. Maybe we do a tier list of the current promotions.
That's not a bad idea.
So tune in next week. If there's no Royal Quest review, there'll probably be that. There's always surprises. We always got something for you on this channel. So
feel good moments,
right? So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you watch this match, or if you watch this card, and if you didn't, why not go out and watch it right now? Campo and I say go out and watch it right now. So once again, in the words of Kenny Omega, I bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night.